desperate for a man. Stop this thing of trying to bargain with God. God is right. I told you guys. He's just right. Listen. You can't bargain with God. Hey, God, if I do this or try this. No. Just listen to what he says. All the plans that he has for you are to do what? To prosper you. Even if it hurts. Mujola will hurt. But you cling on to God. Do you know how powerful you are? And it proves how powerful CELIWE is. She's a doctor who was able to afford all these things to please her little baby man. He was like her son. I'm telling you guys, she was his mommy. Mommy, I want a bigger, more expensive car. Get it.
Happy. Trigger happy nowadays. You know, I was something triggered this. Someone sent me a text when I started sharing about me being separated from my husband, and also now having like all my 3 kids, and you know, my journey and my struggles as a single mom. Someone sent me a text and said, "Oh, I love how you are going about, you know, your life, how you're not groveling for your man to be back or for him to like take care of the kids. You know, you are giving independent, you are giving imbokodo." This message, when this lady was saying, "Ubamna, I'm not groveling and I'm not begging for my husband to be back or to stay in my kids' lives," I told her, "Uba, that is not the truth. I also went through a phase where I was begging for my husband to stay. There is a moment where he had left in 2022, and he left, and after he left for a period of like 3 months. I was still a doctor, ngelo xesha. I had a job, I had my kids here, but I was not okay with all of a sudden Gogo having to be single. And you know, he had left and he had stopped calling. He wasn't calling me, he wasn't calling his kids. He had given me a taste of what it would be like for him to be completely out of our lives. And at that point, I didn't like that. And so I told myself, I'm gonna go and beg him to come.
Vault unlocked.
Dazzling diamonds. I think at this point we have all heard Dr. CELIWE's, was it 5-part series on TikTok about her marriage. That Nigerian guy that really did a number on her. He played her for years. She put out the series, so we get to talk about it, right? And I give our opinions and our thoughts. That was so dumb of her, in my opinion. That was the dumbest-ish. That is the dumbest-ish a woman can ever do. God, guys, God was not lying when he said, and he said this for a reason, for this very reason. When he said, the man must love his wife and the woman respect your man. But I promise you this, no woman is going to respect a man that is not bringing in the bacon, majority of the bacon, or some of the bacon, and really contributing. Because when you are a powerful woman in that way, like Dr. CELIWE was, carrying the finances, being the boss, buying these expensive cars, your man is going to resent you. That man did not love that girl. I was even sitting and thinking, did he even pay lobola for her? Maybe he was thinking of getting my money's worth. Because he didn't love her. CELIWE, she is so desperate. I've never seen this level of desperation in my life or in my circles. And the problem is you guys don't listen to the things or the instructions that God has given us. Because God knows better, and he knows how a man's ego can be bruised. Merely from his woman being successful. Even the ones that play off and say, I'm so proud of my wife. Deep down inside, He's got that thing. She's better than me. She's doing more than me. And then you find the ones that are just leeches and they don't care about you or what you're doing as long as you're providing for them. This guy hated CELIWE. She was dumb. She was blind. Why do you women love your men more? I keep on telling you guys, you can't do that. God never said that. Why? Do you know how powerful you are? And it proves how powerful CELIWE is. She's a doctor who was able to afford all these things to please her little baby man. He was like her son. I'm telling you guys, she was his mommy. Mommy, I want a bigger, more expensive car. Get it. Or else nothing. I want this. I want that. She has to reason with him to show him the way when a man should be leading and showing you the way. And protecting you. He wasn't even protecting her pocket. Nor was he protecting his children. Because he wants to play with little big fancy cars. Because what are people going to say? You see? He was jealous of her. What are people going to say? And at some point, there was another post where she had done where she was not speaking well about her family. And she was pumping the husband up. These kind of abusive people, narcissistic men, narcissistic women do exist too. But in this case, that guy is a narcissist, in my opinion. They isolate you from your family. And once they have you alone, they're going to do what this guy did to CELIWE. Guys, when you get married or you get into relationships, don't turn your back on your family. You're going to need them. You're going to need... His family might even advise you guys, family meetings. It's always with his family. All you have is them in your ear. What about your people? Even if they have loboled you, you still need the people that raised you. Your siblings or cousins or aunties, your mama, your papa. If you are confused about something, especially if you're marrying so young, before I speak to his family or whatever, how do I navigate this kind of situation? Don't fall into that trap where they isolate you. You have to, if your mom is still alive, you have to speak to your mom at least. And I'm hoping that you guys will have, some of you have reasonable families like mine, where they can show you where you are wrong as well. They don't say, obviously they're going to back you up, but when it's like family meeting stuff, they're not going to shit on the guy or shit on your girl. They try to show you guys. She said in many occasions there, she was doing these things to keep a happy family for her kids. Guys, our kids can see. If mommy is not okay, and let me tell you something. With me, I set the tone in my house. If I'm not okay, nobody's going to be okay. And I'm not doing that purposefully to make everybody miserable. It's just the way it is. Umfazi is the heart, the wife, the mother is the heart of the home. So her saying that I was doing it for my kids' happiness to have a family, kids can see, that messes them up even more. How many times in her story did she say God was trying to take her out? The accident after she had prayed to God and he was beating her up. These kind of men, guys, they want to bring you down. They're narcissists. Narcissism, do you guys realize what's happening in the world? Why are so many people speaking about narcissistic abuse? Because it's a spirit. Because if you've been abused by one narcissist, I'm telling you this, correct me if I'm wrong, I know I'm not. You can see in your past relationships the other narcissists, right? It's a spirit. Why do all narcissists do the same thing? Because it's a spirit. It's one spirit in all these people. And it's after you. That guy, from when he married CELIWE, when she graduated as a doctor, and her family apparently was upset that when she got her certificate, it was Dr. CELIWE and the husband's surname. The family was proud. The family that held her down, they were thinking it was going to be doctor and their name. Umntanethu simkhulisile. I understand she was married, but don't fall into that thing, guys, where these narcissists separate you from your family. And if you have a partner that is okay with you, then separating yourself maybe from your family, and he doesn't say, but when was the last time you called your mama? When was the last time you spoke to Spanban? You should go and visit your family. Let's go visit your family. Something is wrong. You can't live isolated and away from the people that raised you, because you're going to face these problems. A car for 15,000, she knew she couldn't afford it. And then after that, 28,000. You knew you couldn't afford the 15,000. Now 28. It keeps getting worse and worse and worse. You can't allow this, guys. It's so sad. Stop being desperate for a man. Because you'll leave that marriage in a box. Whereas, along the journey, like CELIWE, God was trying to take her out so many times. I told you guys, he's just right. Listen, you can't bargain with God. Hey, God, if I do this or try this. No, just listen to what he says. All the plans that he has for you are to do what? To prosper you. Even if it hurts, Mujola will hurt, uzofa. But you cling on to God. And stop playing mind games with God. You can't do that. You will fail. And God has given you free will. He'll be like, okay, I'll help you again next week when you're in Kakadudu. And he'll still be there for you. But listen, so that you avoid these kind of problems. Nakana running. She's a doctor on call. Running to work. While your man has now your third car. Sure. And he doesn't even work. My man, every single day, every day. By that I'm saying he always has something when he comes back home. I've learned what a man and a father should be through my man. He comes home, he's got some kind of grocery or some kind of snack or some kind of something for everyone in the house every day without fail. Even if we did groceries on Sunday, every day, he doesn't come home bearing nothing. He comes home with something. He's a man. And on the days, sometimes I don't even tell him, come back with something. Because everything is just there already. And if I don't tell him, guess what? At the time that he's supposed to be walking in the door, he's like, babe, you didn't tell me to bring anything today. What should I get? And I have to look around like, nothing. And then he'll probably bring some sweet treats or something just to make everybody happy. Just because he loves us. So that guy was paying for nothing. Not bringing you a magnum, some wings. So, Dr. CELIWE, she's not like the rest of us. She never does her happy dance when she gets food or gets illuminati. She was always the one, oh my word, no man. Ladies, don't. I'm not saying your man must bring something back every single day. Okay, sharp. But I'm just saying what I've seen of how a man and a father should be that is running a home or that is a participant in a family. How long is his hand and expect your woman to do wada. Sure. Men want to be needed and depended on. They want to protect us. Do you know that? Here and there they might complain about this, that, or the other. But in order for them to be real men's men, like the warrior men, these days it's not just wars and warriors and we're not living in caves, but we're still pretty much doing the same things. Men take care of their families. And a man actually needs that thing to be a man. Because what else are they going to do, okay? No, think about it. What else are they going to do if they're not taking care of their families? Go drinking in the clubs. Who else are they going to impress if not their families? who else are they going to be a hero to, if not their little kids? Who else are they going to be a protector and to pump themselves up, pump their chest up? I've got my people down. If you're not even taking care of your people, that guy is so rotten. And then also for a woman to do this thing for so many years. Like, I'm not shitting on CELIWE, but she was very stupid. You saw no. But I do understand that being in a narcissistic situation, friendship, relationship, family members, whatever, you don't see until you see. You don't see until you see. And you try your best to please. But it's absolutely wrong. So thank you to her for sharing the story so that you guys can see that it's the same things I've been telling you guys. And if you actually just take the time and read the Bible, you will see how we all are supposed to conduct ourselves, really, even in relationships. Respect your man. Once you stop loving your man so much, I'm not saying don't ever tell him, I love you too, okay, sure. Your actions. Once you stop loving him and being so obsessed with him and start respecting him and he loves you, your life is going to change forever. That's the natural order of things. That's how it's supposed to be. He's supposed to love you and want to do things for you. Isn't that another way how a man shows his love for you? Let's be honest. He buys you stuff. He gives you money. He takes care of you. He houses you. He feeds you. And then you do your grown-up things and he can show you that way too. But I'm just saying, men are different to us. The way that we love them and we are so emotional is different to how they love us. They don't really know how to love like that. That's why it's like, you'll be like, you don't listen to me. It's going in one ear and coming out the other ear. When you're busy nagging and shouting and all these things, they don't hear you. They don't... As a woman, there are some men that can explain their love or whatever, but they also show their love through the things that they do for you, because they wouldn't be doing those things for any other riff-raff girl. Why do you think in some infidelity situations, the man doesn't want to leave his wife? He just wants to play around with that girl. But he's taking all of the bacon back home. He doesn't want to leave he actually loves his wife in the way that he does. He wants to take care of that woman and his kids and his home. That's how he shows you that he loves you. I don't know how else to explain how men show they love. But when your man then stops doing all these things that a man is supposed to do, or he has never, like CELIWE's husband, you need to leave. It's over. There's somebody else that he wants to take care of. There's somebody else that he wants to buy groceries for. Buy a Magnum for. Well, not you. Are you listening, ladies? You must never start to do that kind of... A whole car for a man. Day 2, day 3. You let him do those things to you. I'm so sorry that happened to you, but you let it happen. One thing I like about her, though, is that she kept praying to God, and that's how she got out. But ladies, listen quicker, sooner, so you don't find yourselves in her shoes, because God was already speaking to her a long time ago. It was evident. And the sad thing is about CELIWE, I feel so sorry for that girl. Maybe she should go for counseling. You know, at the end of the story, she says that her marriage didn't end. She still calls him my husband and that they separated. Listen to the way she speaks. Which makes me think that lady would go back to that guy. Yo! If he could finesse her in the right way. For some reason, I feel like she would do it. Because now there's other men on the internet making advances at her. Why? Because they want to use her too. Men can see a broken bird and they will use you. There's men now saying to her, they're making videos. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you. No. They want her to take care of them like she did her man. They can see that she still has that thing in her. She said that he left her. She's saying that they separated. My husband, and she still tries to be nice about him when she speaks. That lady needs to get a little bit angry, hey? Sometimes just a little bit of anger is going to help you through your situation. You have to find that person revolting. So if he never left, if he never left her, she'd still be there. We wouldn't know the story because of her desperation. And that's why the other men are making the videos. They can see her. And I'm scared for her because I feel like she would go back to that monster. She needs to get angry. Get angry, get into the gym. Not to say, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with her body, but she's a bigger woman, right? She needs to get angry, get back into the gym, change her diet, change her lifestyle. That is in turn going to change her mindset. Saying to her, best revenge is your paper, is stupid because she's a doctor. He already knows that she can afford, or she's rebuilding to get back to that kind of place. So now she has to change inside. Her gut health, her mental, her physique. And also she needs to get a bit angry. And that's going to make her not go back to it. I promise you, it's true. Because even after telling her story, I feel like just to mess with her, that guy will go grovel back to her. He knows how to twist her. And she would take him. Because she's the one that said he walked out, not her. And she was saying, guys, please don't go out there and find him and be mean. Please, I don't want that. My husband, we're separated. Separation means that there's a possibility. Why haven't you filed? That means that there's a possibility. You're talking separation. She's the kind of woman, in my opinion, that will come back and say, okay, guys, we fix things. He's going to try. No, this is my husband. You guys don't understand. We're going to try. He's going to try. He's changed. Until he shows you. Because when that narcissistic demon comes back stronger than ever. And if he comes back to you, CELIWE, he's coming to finish you off. Not just your bank account. He's coming for everything. And that applies to every other woman. Wake up, ladies. Just because you have your degree, or what, doesn't mean that these men are not going to walk all over you if you're an idiot. Not to say that he was an idiot. Bad choice of words. If you are desperate, I apologize. It makes me very mad to hear these kind of stories. It's sad. And depending on how old the kids are now, they've seen these things, they're cooked. Yes or no? You have to leave. Especially when you are playing this game with a narcissist. You are in danger. Look at Mandy. Do you understand? Yeah, that was a deep one. Anyway, let's continue on to pray for these ladies. And get away, guys. When you are with a narcissist, they're dangerous. They will end you. Or they will cause you to end yourself. One way or another. Right? Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one.